I'm not paid to be a role model. I'm paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Yes! Is it the shoe?
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
One of the world's most talented athletes is retiring. It is true what somebody said today. There was Babe Ruth and Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky in front. Saved by Flaherty. The rebound. Score!
Favre just threw it perfectly right over him to Corey Bradford. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Game on! Game on!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. First full week back at school. I don't know how to feel about this. I want school to be over already, just in my opinion. Host for today is Braden Danielo, joined by the normal Tuesday host, Joshua Mahi. How are you?
What's up, Braden? What's up, guys?
I'm right. Food coma for anyone after last night?
Man, that PDQ is
fire.
different. I'll say
no,
that.
unfortunately, somebody ate everything, so I didn't get none. I had 3 tenders. That's it.
They brought.
See, nah, that's your fault. That's your fault.
Bring a second helping.
I got on the line. I took 2 of each.
Yeah,
As soon as they brought it in, the line was packed back to the door.
I left the studio, and where y'all was at? Y'all was still in the studio chatting it up. That's y'all fault.
He's not wrong.
You didn't get right.
Nico Each is also here. Nico, how are you?
I'm feeling great.
Why are you feeling great?
You know, I love the country Pakistan. Pakistan's my favorite country.
Why is this?
They produce phenomenal women.
He's not wrong about that.
They produce phenomenal women.
Franz Capera is also here. Franz, how are you?
I'm feeling great. Braden. I need you to get this energy up. All right? I don't want no more sad Braden Danielo.
Well,
don't let spring semester do this to you. Be passionate.
He's also not wrong about that.
Be passionate.
Yeah.
Nobody's been off the mark yet.
Nah, but I'm feeling great.
You're not seeing
I'm excited for today. I missed you guys.
You're not seeing none of these girls on campus? They're not treating you right?
Nah, they ain't. Hate to break it to you.
I might have to take you under my wing on campus.
I'm telling you. A, B, C, D clusters, G building, CCB.
Really?
The baddest.
That's where you got to be at.
The baddest.
Really?
No disrespect to this side of the campus. No disrespect.
There's
No disrespect.
There's nothing here.
Wait, what
nothing here.
times though?
What times?
Yeah, because I don't be seeing y'all on campus, so I guess I'm here at the wrong time.
Clusters and G building. Clusters and G building.
Crazy.
Trust me.
Eric Williams is also here. Eric.
Hey.
No chicken tenders from last night.
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm not too upset about it though, because I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich earlier.
For the first time.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
Yo, it's fire, bro. Like,
I could jack it.
threw the Chick-fil-A sauce on it.
Hey, we got a PDQ. You got a PDQ. Come on.
Oh yeah, PDQ's way better.
Let's
PDQ, yeah.
Let's
now on a for real note, and the cookies too. The cookies was fire too. PDQ.
See, I had no
was
cookies.
fire.
oatmeal and raisin
When I went to go get cookies, they was all gone.
Yeah, because of you, Mahi.
Hey, hold up. Because I had one cookie.
Bro, you had 2 on the plate.
I can't lie.
He gave it away. He gave one away.
I look like a fat ass with 2 on the plate. I can admit that. But I gave one away. I just got to set the record straight.
That's Nassau's own cookie monster, bro.
516-572-7440 is the number to call. And yes, this is WHPC Sports Talk, not a food show, as we might allude to with the PDQ talk.
Yo, Braden, I'm sorry to throw you off track so quickly, but on the way in, I found out that there's a thing called weather betting.
What's that?
No way.
I swear to God.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
I'm telling you, the same way there's sports betting, there are some sites out there apparently where you can bet on the weather.
That's fire.
I'm so serious.
If I catch one of you guys, that's rock bottom right there.
Nah, hold on.
Where can you do this at?
Yeah,
plug it.
That's rock bottom.
Nah, come on.
Weather betting is rock bottom.
Nah, like
that
under 58 degrees.
You can bet on like how many degrees it's going to be at like 2 o'clock. You can bet like is it going to rain between the hours of 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. I'm like, hold up.
No, bro.
I need to find this out.
There's some people here that would like definitely do that. I hate to say
I would do it.
Not name Nico each.
That's so
That
easy.
sounds
There would
fun.
be some
All I'm gonna say is my sports parlays haven't been hitting like that. But if you tell me about this, I might consider it. I don't know.
Your spidey senses.
Josh is just like sitting on a couch trembling at 8 at night. Needed to rain at 9, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's about the same way my parlays are 1L all the time. It'll be like rain at like 8:01. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Damn it!
No, I'm weak.
To jump into the sports talk, aside from weather betting, which we learn something new every day, I guess. Let's start with basketball and the Knicks. So Knicks host the Lakers tonight at MSG. Knicks coming off a 122-115 loss to the Nets Saturday night at the Barclays Center. I can't play Bing Bong. I hate this. I used to like playing Bing Bong, but I can't like the last couple. Well, obviously I can't. They've lost.
Right.
But and ironically, they beat Cleveland and Boston the two matchups before, which I shouldn't say ironically. Cleveland's below and Boston's kind of hit I shouldn't say a skid, but by their standards, 3 games might be a skid. So Knicks 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, record 27-24, and the Knicks could use 2 big wins this week, starting against LA tonight and Miami against Thursday. So Josh, Franz, I'm going to go to you guys first. What do we got to see tonight from the Knicks to get a win?
well, before I get into what I expect out of the Knicks, I just find it funny, and we mentioned this a little yesterday. The whole idea that LeBron and AD are like, they're looking at this back-to-back. They played, or those two didn't play. The Lakers played yesterday in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Nets came away with the win because they didn't play. So it's funny, they look at Brooklyn like, nah, we'll rest. But they look at the Knicks in Madison Square Garden like, we're going to play for that.
Why? It's because it's in MSG, the bright lights.
LeBron wants the stage. They all want the stage.
Bitch-ass crybaby. Yo, LeBron, bro. I mean, he's just a crybaby. Like, he's so dramatic. Like, why did you have to get that dramatic in Boston?
Yeah, how many memes of like him just holding his head like on the ground? It's like, LeBron, this is this like there's a regular season game. This isn't Game 7 of the finals, bro.
Did you see what Chandler Parsons said about that?
I did not. What did he say?
What did
Chandler Parsons say? Like,
well, I know the whole world is wondering what Chandler Parsons is.
Yeah, no disrespect to him as a player. He was a bucket. But like, what are you possibly saying right now?
This man, let me find out what podcast it was on.
Did he say LeBron's washed?
There's no way he can.
He did. No, exactly. If Chandler Parsons is going to say that, please. But yeah, he said, quote, on the LeBron overreaction or reaction, whatever you want to call it, he said, I can watch my French bulldog get ran over by the mailman right now, and even now I wouldn't react like that.
Nah, you know what?
Chandler Parsons,
you know he's cap, but
Nah, it is cap. Chandler Parsons, but you know what? Him saying stuff like that it makes me think like that car accident he got to really like hurt him. You know, he got into a car accident a few years ago and it was like really bad. He had brain injuries and stuff like that. They said he almost didn't make it.
That's tough.
It's good to hear from him though.
yeah,
it's good to hear from him.
His Instagram is private. Like,
Is it
bro.
really?
What you mean?
Nah, see, this is
He's
the thing
chilling.
I'm talking about. Because how are you going to go private with like 55,000 followers? Like, who are you hiding from? Who are you hiding from?
I don't know.
Nah, but
Maybe LeBron.
honestly,
Maybe LeBron.
Maybe
it was a crazy reaction, but it's just a continuous like disrespect the Los Angeles Lakers is receiving from the refs like continuously. So I could see why he did that. Me personally, as a man, I would never. But listen, we know how LeBron get. So for something that blatant to happen, like this was very much expected from LeBron. But as for the Knicks and what we have to do to take down LeBron, just take down LeBron, not the Lakers, LeBron, because that's all it's really been. It's literally stop LeBron. Who's going to do it? I don't know. That's the question. And then obviously we need Juju and JB to keep playing lights out. 2 best players on the team. RJ just meet that average of what is he putting up, like 20 this season, 17, around that ballpark. But the most important thing that's been a common reoccurring thing for the Knicks this season is fourth quarter crumbles. Do not crumble in the fourth quarter no matter what you do. And I say that because I believe our starting 5 could get the job done and take this game over the Lakers. Because when you really look at the Lakers bench, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the greatest bench ever. It's not impossible that this bench is like going to completely surpass our bench, because I think we do get hard minutes out of Deuce McBride. IQ, you know he's going to shine. He's going to do his thing. And then obviously Who else is coming off the bench for us? Obi Toppin. He be showing us a little some. But Tibbs don't be wanting to let him shine. Like in one of our last previous games, Obi had a couple good buckets. He gave us some good minutes. But yeah, really it's just mainly like focus on LeBron. Focus on LeBron, don't crumble in the fourth, and you're good. I think the way JB and Julius have been playing, them first 3 quarters, they're going to play lights out how they always do. It just really always comes down to that fourth quarter.
It's crazy how similar the Lakers and Knicks are this season. Now, I know you say that, and it's like, wait, the Lakers have LeBron, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, like they have star power. But if you look at their 2 seasons, both teams' seasons, they've both gone kind of similarly in terms of both teams, they play competitive basketball all the way through the end. Now, they'll get up early in games, but then they'll blow leads in the fourth quarter. And there's been they've both been hoed by referees a lot. Like, Ronce is nailing it on the Lakers being hoed all season long because you think of the Lakers and you have, like, the Sacramento Kings controversy in your mind, and it's like the Lakers always get help from the referees and everything else. But this season, I don't know what changed, but the script's flipped on them because they've been getting the short end of the stick a lot.
They don't want to see LeBron break the record and get a chip. That would be ridiculous.
That's the thing, because looking at this Lakers team, and I know we're going to get to the Knicks, but they have, I know they're still pretty down in the Western Conference, but they have an opportunity if they make the right trades and they have everybody healthy, and Anthony Davis is the whole key.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Western Conference this year. No team really moves you like that.
Literally.
I know the Nuggets and Grizzlies are at the top right now, and it's all the teams below
Grizzlies
them.
have been in a slide lately, to be fair.
Yeah, Grizzlies, ever since John Morant said, I'm fine with the West, he hasn't beat the West. He lost all his games to the West.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp curse, too.
Scaring him.
The cardigan. So, you look at all that, that's the Lakers story. I expect, like I said, both teams kind of similar. I expect a close game. But the Knicks, if you look at this homestand, I know it's tonight versus LA and then Miami. They also play the Clippers coming up, I believe. So
yeah,
this is a tough 4-game stretch. They're 3 games over 500 right now. What I want to see most, and I want to preface my comments by saying what I want to see under the guise or under the umbrella of what Tibbs does. What I want to see is the young players like Obi Toppin in 20 minutes and Deuce McBride getting more run and Emmanuel quickly being able to show his entire game.
Yes.
What I want to see, that's what I want to see. I want to see the young guys getting burned, and hopefully we make some trades and kind of build out this roster a little bit. But what I can see happening with Tibbs is that he's going to load up on LeBron James. He's going to load up on Anthony Davis. That's how he chooses to play defense. He's going to load up on the stars. The Lakers aren't a great three-point shooting team, so that helps the Knicks. We know the Knicks give up a ton of open three-pointers. But they've run into, like, Boston's a great three-point shooting team. They've gotten burned by them a few times. A lot of these other elite teams, the Knicks have gotten burned by them from the three-point line. But tonight, you're going up against Troy Brown Jr., Patrick Beverly.
See, we say Pat Bev and then watch him drop like 40 tonight, just for the sake of on the guard, because it's on the Garden floor.
That'd break my TV.
That'd be worse than Joe Ingles dropping the season high on the Knicks. Patrick Beverly going off tonight on prime time.
You know what's
Pat
happening.
Pat Bev drops 50 and then screams in Jalen Brunson's face that he's not him.
He drops 50, he screams in Brunson's face, and he grabs the camera courtside and brings it over to Julius Randle. And he's like, "Yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened."
No,
I'm showing you what just happened.
Honestly, another thing too, I feel like Tibbs has been like, I feel like he doesn't understand who he has when it comes to players on the bench, specifically Obi Toppin, because you gotta create a certain personnel to step out on that court. And when you look at the type of player Obi is, I feel like what's holding him back from getting those 20 minutes is because Tibbs is not putting him in positions to win. When you see Obi and how he's included in the offense, he just sits in the corner. He's with, like, you can't pair Obi Toppin on a court and IQ as the one. I mean, you can, but at the same time, you want somebody like JB to lead the pack. Throw in Obi there, have Drew on the court at the same time. I feel like just to give him that comfort of knowing if things do go left, he has veterans to back him up on the court to where they might be able to bail him out. I don't think you could just send him on there on an island with freaking Jericho Sims, IQ, and other bench players and expect him to, like, turn up, being that he doesn't get a lot of minutes. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like he needs some help out there to, like, get him going. somebody like JB, a true point guard who could run that pick and roll, set him up, be like, Obi, stand right here, come set me the screen. I want you to cut hard. I'm going to find you. Somebody to lead the pack. IQ's a great player, but I don't think IQ's going to do that just yet because he's not that vet presence.
The sad case with Obi Toppin is that, like you're saying, Franz, he hasn't really had... I mean, they drafted him in 2020, but he's behind Julius Randle immediately. So he's never given a starting role. He's never really given an expanded role. He's really just been in the same role he's been in since his rookie year.
Yeah.
You're going to come in, play a little 12 minutes behind Julius Randle, and maybe some dunks, maybe some three-pointers. But like Franz said, he's just in the corner or above the break. He's taking three-pointer after three-pointer. Like, we're not even using him to his strengths.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I believe he has a lot of potential. I believe at his best, maybe like a junior Amari Stoudemire type, but... I look at the Knicks, and they've been rumored with OG Anunoby and other guys, and I saw some other rumors today, but you might have to look at Obi Toppin going in one of those deals. Now, I hate to say that because I know the potential this kid has, but it's just not a fit on this team.
Yeah.
This Knicks front office has already said Julius Randle is our guy. They've said Jalen Brunson's our guy. They're not going anywhere. And I know a lot of Knicks fans are like, oh, we want to rebuild or we want to go all in for a championship and trade all our picks and all our players for a star and build that way. Like, they're middling right now. It is what it is. You have to accept reality. And part of that accepting reality is you got to look at improving the margins while they're kind of in this mid-state. They're in the middle of the pack here. So I think, sadly, the way they've used Obi Toppin, and to a lesser degree Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, I don't think they've been given as good an opportunity to succeed with Tibbs. Now, they've had more of an opportunity just because the Knicks are shorter at the guard spot, but... you really got to start looking at ways to improve this roster. And I think Obi going in a trade for an Anunoby or somebody else that might come available. I know Knicks fans love Obi Toppin, but that might be the reality we're seeing.
Say we do acquire OG, like, where do you think that takes us as a team? You think that's a big step in the right direction? Because we need that star, and OG's not necessarily a star, but he's a great player. He would definitely contribute.
Yeah, he's a guy, I want him... Here's the thing. Knicks fans got to temper expectations because I want OG Anunoby not to be a star. He's not going to save the franchise and bring us to a top 3 pick or a top 3 seed, sorry. He's not going to do that, but he's a nice piece to keep team building for when it's time to get that star. You can either trade him to get a star or you can be a perfect rotational piece around that star. That's why I want OG Anunoby. I don't want him as a savior, but I do want him as another role player.
Mm-hmm. Should be interesting to see how that develops. So we do have a caller though on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, you're on the air. Who are you? What do you want to talk about?
Hello.
Hello. All right, now you are on the air. Try again, please.
Yeah, hi. This is Charlie from
Hey, Charlie.
Park.
How you doing?
What's up, Charlie?
Good. I just wanted, you guys are talking about the Knicks. Did you guys talk about the interview that James Dolan did on, unfortunately, the competition Friday?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week.
Here's the thing with Dolan. I've always thought that he's, basically not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But it looks like he's kind of mellowed, and he actually sounds rational. I mean, he's saying the things that you're supposed to say when you're an owner. Basically is that he's leaving the strategy to Leon Rose. That's his job. And he goes, check this out. My deal with Leon and with Thibs is I get to speak. Their deal is they don't have to listen to me. I mean, that's kind of an ideal owner. That's what an owner should do. You pick guys and you let them do their thing, and then if you're not happy, you change it. But this guy's really happy with the way the Knicks are going. Obviously they sell out. He's making tons of money on the franchise. I know Ross is constantly saying, trade this guy, trade that guy. Especially, he hates R.J. Barrett.
Yo, he was going off yesterday. I was like, whoa, Ross.
Yeah, I heard it. Now, the thing with R.J. Barrett, he's a very serviceable third option.
Yeah.
They made 2 mistakes. They signed him. They drafted him as a third overall pick. That was a mistake. And then they gave him $100 million. A second mistake. The only thing you're going to trade him for is, another bad contract, and the Knicks have been doing that for 25 years. So basically you've got an owner who's very, very happy, and until he changes, Leon Rose, this is what you've got. And you can bang your head against the wall all you want, but this is where it's at.
No, that's where I'm at, Charlie. You're 100% right, because I think a lot of Knicks fans are they're still stuck in the woe is me. Why does this have to be my team? I want a star. I want to rebuild, tear the whole thing down. But you have to look at what it is now.
They're not rebuilding. They're not doing it. They're not tearing it down. They're not rebuilding.
And so that's the point. So if you look at all that, and to your James Dolan point too, it's funny because we criticize him. He was getting, into fights with Charles Oakley on the...
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, he's been in the spotlight for a lot of bad things. I do like the fact that he's kind of taken a step back in recent years and kind of let the management take over. But
let me tell you, the Yankees were in the toilet in the early 90s. They were horrendous. George got suspended, and he couldn't interfere with running the team. That's how they built that great dynasty team. George, stepped aside. Gene Michael did his thing. And that's you need to. Your only job as an owner is to hire good people and listen to them. When you get involved, you're messed up because you don't know the game. You don't know the sport. You're whatever it is you are, you are.
Right. He used to think he was a basketball expert. He wasn't. I like the fact that he's taking a step back. But
yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, quick trivia question: LeBron is about to pass Kareem all-time points scored. LeBron has hit like thousands of three-point shots. How many three-point shots did Kareem hit?
1.
Exactly, 1.
That's crazy.
1 for 18. 1 for 18.
I wonder how his game would have been different with three-pointers if he played more in that era.
He wouldn't have shot him, I'll tell you that. But Kareem was Kareem. He was going to be great no matter what he did. He was phenomenal. And he's also a brilliant guy. If you read any of his writings, he's absolutely brilliant.
He called LeBron out in one of his pieces.
Yeah. No, he's a conscience. He's a conscience of sports. Anyway, keep up the good work, gentlemen.
Thank you for the call, Charlie. Appreciate it.
You're good.
I seen Josh's face lit up over there.
Yeah, we have some breaking news to report. We'll get to the NFL. I'm sorry, Nico. My apologies.
What?
I thought you were mad at me for a sec. I'm sorry. You got mad at me a little last night too.
Break the news.
I'm sorry. So we're going to get to the NFL later and the Giants a little bit with their offseason. But the Denver Broncos appear to have acquired a former coach of yours, Sean.
Yeah, good riddance.
Sean Payton is apparently...
Don't say that.
The Saints and the Broncos are apparently finalizing a deal that would send Sean Payton to the Denver Broncos. There are 2 packages being discussed. One would be Denver's 2023 first-round pick and next year's second-round pick for Payton. And the Saints would send back a third. And the second package would be Denver's 2024 first-round pick, and it's a 2023 fourth, and the Saints will get to choose, I believe. So interesting. Well, this is all coming from Adam Schefter, so we'll have to.
So in that case,
what would you do? What would you do, Josh?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would take that first option.
I'm taking that first-round pick this year.
Yeah, but
Listen,
I think that's Seattle's pick.
Yeah, Seattle has it next year, 2020.
Well, remember they got a first-round pick in the Bradley Chubb deal. The Broncos did.
Wait, hold on.
So that might be the Dolphins' pick. So I got to look at where that's
Denver's.
Yes.
It's Denver's pick.
Right.
It's Denver's pick.
It's Denver's pick.
No, it can't be Denver. Seattle's got it, unless.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's the Chubb pick.
That would have to be the Chubb pick. It would have to be.
So that's middle round.
Oh, I'm looking at it
better
right
than what
now.
you have now. I mean.
Oh, Adam Schefter deleted that tweet.
He did?
Oh, no.
I guess they made the choice.
So
it's this year's first rounder and next year's second for Sean Payton.
Who you taking, Josh?
Next year's third.
Anthony Richardson? He wants a quarterback.
Give me Anthony Richardson, baby. Oh, man. That's the best news I could have gotten today. Y'all team's not getting a first-round pick and a second-round pick for a head coach? Man,
wait,
what?
But can we please relax? Anthony Richardson is a project.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's too much.
That's fine. He got potential. That's perfectly fine.
He got potential, but just chill.
Now, I know people want to compare him like, oh, he's the next Malik Willis, but he's a lot more polished than Willis was. He was a first-year starter, so you have to keep that into account. I like the kid. Under the right system, the right situation, we can develop him.
The right system.
Dennis Allen.
Yay! Listen.
I say you use this and you package it with something else. You move up in the draft.
That's a possibility too.
Chicago.
The fact being, like, you got to understand why I'm happy, because all I've heard the last couple of days is, oh, the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl and they had the Saints pick. Howie Roseman MVP. Like, stop. I get it. So that I had to hear that all season long when the Saints were ass and they were headed towards a 7-10 season. Now they finally have a first round pick back. Finally, when we need a quarterback, we need to draft a quarterback this year. You're in no better position to do that than having a first round pick. That's just how it is. So I know Stroud and Levi and Bryce Young are probably going to be off the board, but if you look at some of these other guys like Hendon Hooker, Anthony Richardson, some of the other guys that might impress during the draft process.
Hendon Hooker is supposed to play in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
What?
Yeah.
Why would he do such a thing?
He thinks he's ready.
He said he'll be ready by training camp, but I didn't know he was supposed to play in the Senior Bowl.
He's trolling.
Nah, he has to be.
He's trolling. There's no way.
That was the news that was reported.
If I blew out my knee, Senior Bowl? Yeah, okay. What?
Yep.
I got potential millions waiting for me. Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't even risk it for the college football playoffs.
Man.
Smart man.
People
and that was just a hamstring.
third round pick now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let him drop.
Mel Kiper said that he's not going to be that star wide receiver.
I was about to talk about that today, like a little bit of mock drafts, but we'll get to that soon.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find where the first round pick the Saints would be getting, because I believe it's the Bradley Chubb.
It would have to be.
So where's Miami's first?
Would you guys
Special delivery?
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Special delivery.
Pass this to Eric. I'm trying boba on air.
Yeah, here drinking boba.
I never had it before. That's a straw.
Just to wrap up while Josh looks the
Balls
information of the
straw?
trade, to wrap up with the basketball talk, Nets got the win over the aforementioned Lakers at Barclays last night. Kyrie Irving led the way, like we've seen, when KD isn't playing. Had 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and the Nets also got standout performances from Patty Mills and Cam Thomas, who both put up 21 points each. So Nets are now 31-19, a game ahead of Cleveland for the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Josh, I know you're looking up some information on this trade. What do you think happens if the Nets keep getting good performances from their bench players like this?
Whew. The Nets are a funny team because I've said they're championship contenders. I wasn't ready to put them in that space with the Bucks and the Celtics in the East, but with the way they play when they're healthy, you have to put them in that place. Not much has changed for me. I believed in their bench. I believed in Yuta. I believed in Patty Mills. I believed in Cam Thomas. I believed in Steph Curry. I believed in Nick Claxton and all those guys. Daron Sharp had a big game. All I'm going to say is we all know what the X factor is for this team. It's Ben Simmons. That hasn't changed. It's going to be the same story from the start of the season to today, January 31st, all the way to April, May, and maybe June if they make it that far. Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons. Can he play like an actual, not even, because the expectations have changed on him. He's never going to play like a number 1 overall pick. Can you just play like a Draymond Green? Can you play like a high-level role player off the 2 superstars you're playing with when you're all healthy? Can that happen? If that happens, I'll pick the Nets to make it out the East. Why not? Bucks, Celtics, I'll put them in that tier. Until that, because right now he's out with knee soreness.
Literally.
My knee hurts, coach. My knee hurts, coach.
Yo, not too much on my son.
I know what he be doing.
Come on.
I know what he be doing. I know what he's sore.
Nah, but you do raise a great point, because we got to also remember, like you said, great game from Cam Thomas. He was locked in. He wasn't smiling about nothing, but he cracked one last night or last game because he was doing his thing. So if Ben could be, like Josh said, a Draymond Green for the Nets and help create shots for guys like Cam Thomas, who was highly recruited because he's a bucket, and then also players like Seth Curry, who's also a bucket as well. Once you get them rolling, you don't even need Ben to score anymore. Just use Ben to facilitate and play some defense. So Ben Simmons is that X factor, like Josh is saying. He's going to be key for the Brooklyn Nets.
Just going to do it all for what we have with the NBA. Before we get to the NFL, though, I just want to remind everyone that you're listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Braden Danielo joined by Josh Umahi, Nico Each, Franz Compare, and Eric Williams. Let's start the NFL segment. Josh, you have any new details on that trade for Sean Payton?
I'm still trying to find it.
Adam Schefter.
It's confusing because Miami, their original pick, they forfeited in the Tom Brady, Sean Payton tampering scandal. So I'm not sure on that. I'll keep looking, though. I still haven't found anything yet, though. Meanwhile,
we'll wait for that. So a lot of talk with the Giants being eliminated. Well, not eliminated, but more with the offseason now coming into view. future starts, 2 big decisions this offseason. Saquon and Daniel Jones, both free agents. And
Braden, I actually have some more breaking news.
Real quick.
D'Amico Ryans is the new head coach of the Houston Texans.
For 6 years.
Why? Why would he do that?
You think J.J. Watt is going to join him on the staff? I think so.
I don't know.
I heard Bart Scott say this on the radio today. The Texans have fired more black men than the Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
So I don't understand if you're D'Amico Ryans why you would choose the Houston Texans.
Holy.
That actually...
It's why I know it's an NFL job. But come on, yo. He could have found a better opportunity for what he's done in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that for him. I mean, it's good for like guys like Derek Stingley. He's gonna have a big year in that system with an actual like head coach that knows how to coach defense. But I don't really like for him. I want him as a coach because he's a great one. I want him to be in the best position to succeed. It's not gonna be in Houston. So, but good for him though.
Yeah. But back to the Giants. Former Giants quarterback Eli Manning is actually he's pretty high on Daniel Jones, and I think a lot of the fan base is right now. Eli was quoted saying, "I was proud of Daniel, the way he played to learn an offense and pick it up, just the way he played in the fourth quarter of a number of games, leading his team to victory, which was awesome. That's what you want from a quarterback. I hope he gets rewarded for that. I hope he is the quarterback for the Giants for a long time." So, this all being said, one, should we believe Daniel Jones is the future QB? And Franz, and I'll even ask Eric, since Giants are your division rival of your Cowboys, is Daniel Jones the future QB for the Giants? If so, what should his contract be, you think?
Wait, does anybody remember what it was like
rumored? 35.
Mahomes money.
35.
Initially, like more than Mahomes, I think it was initially.
It was 35.
Oh, 35? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was a rumor that came out that they were saying that his agent was looking for like a contract in that range, but
Ballsack Sports special report.
Yeah, definitely.
It was 35 at first, and then recently, I think last week it was 30.
Okay, so that's where I would see it, 30, maybe even a little bit less, because although he did like do what we asked of him last season, he still hasn't like put up crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? So we can't jump the gun too early with Daniel Jones, but he has shown us that with better pieces, we think he could like check off all the boxes of a great quarterback who could lead the team. And we got to also remember around the time of Wan'Dale Robinson starting to put the pieces together and he was having a breakout game of his rookie season, he tears his ACL. So that was one of Daniel Jones's favorite targets that went down. And then Sterling Shepard, another favorite target of Daniel Jones's, went down. So we're like we've been saying all season long, like he was working with nothing and he was still making things happen here and there. So I don't want to jump the gun and give him over 30, but I wouldn't be too mad a little bit less than 30, 25. That's where I could see they price Daniel Jones at.
How many years do you think you'd give him?
I would give him like 3-4 years,
which is honestly, that's pretty damn good considering what we thought at the start of the year, where there was all these questions surrounding him. We didn't know if he was going to be the future of the team. So obviously, I know. Well, I'm just curious because I saw Ross yesterday. Has his opinion changed on Daniel Jones? Because I
think it's bridge deal, and I agree with him.
That could be fair, honestly. I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. Years. You would have to sign some receiver before making the assessment of whether you. Because he had a pretty damn good season, I think, in my opinion, for not having a lot of targets to throw to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just the way I see it.
So, I mean, you can give him the weapons, what I would do, get him the weapons, give him a 4-year deal with an out after 2 years. That's what I would do.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Eric, what do you think about all this? What do you make of the Daniel Jones contract talks?
Go ahead and sign Daniel Jones. Do what you guys do. I mean, if you feel like he's the quarterback of this team, give him the 35 million. Give him 40 million. I don't care. I mean,
that's stack money.
They got 50 in cap room, so give him all 50.
Nah. But realistically, he shouldn't get no more than 30 million. And I think he should get. I think he's going to get 4 years on that contract. As far as Saquon, I don't think they should bring him back.
He's looking for Christian McCaffrey money. Apparently,
I doubt that.
That's the rumors, but.
I don't think they should bring him back for one reason and one reason only.
And that would be?
The life of a running back. You see how Ezekiel Elliott has went down. You're going to start seeing it from Derrick Henry. He's going to start going down. The production starts going down early. You give him a big contract. Say you give him how many years? 5? You give him a 5-year contract. Okay, he plays well too, but then now you got the other 3 and you're just stuck with him. That's where the Cowboys are with Ezekiel Elliott. You stuck with him now. Now you got to make a decision whether you want to cut him or not because he's just a fullback now. Now, Saquon is a different type of running back, yes, but at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen in 2 years from now.
You're right. But I feel like when you look at our playoff games and people cried about not using Saquon enough, think about it. When the team takes nothing but steps forwards with free agency and the draft coming up, they're going to be able to, like, give Saquon some plays off. And we got to remember, Matt Breida, he was a starting caliber running back at a point in the league. So with nothing but upgrades to this team, even if it doesn't like jump off the paper how it did this season, I still think what we give Saquon is going to be worth it because once we start building around him and DJ, it's going to make everybody's life easier. Like, I understand injuries was a thing in the beginning. That's why I wouldn't drop such a crazy bag, and that's why I don't believe the rumors of always looking for Christian McCaffrey money, because he understands himself, like, the injuries he's dealt with in his past. But as the team gets better, it's nothing but going to take all the weight off Saquon's shoulders, because the way we started out the season with feeding him that ball, like, we were force-feeding Saquon to get him going in certain games, and then the way we ended it where we would use him out the backfield on some plays, but give him like 10 carries, and people were crying. But in the end, it's going to expand how long he's going to play in the future, because he's getting some plays off. He may not like it, or fans may not like it, but as long as we're winning games and do what we have to do and keeping Saquon healthy, I think that go ahead, give him some money. Just don't break the bank. Like, I would agree with what you're saying. Like, don't drop a crazy bag.
You can't really drop a crazy bag on him because you still have a lot of holes on this roster. You know, receiver, and then you want to go get offensive lineman. Whether you can do that in the draft or not, you still want to have some type of pieces where you get them in the offseason. But as far as bringing back Saquon, I don't know, because there's running backs that you could just find in the third round, just a stud. Be just as good or better than Saquon. I mean, Josh, can you tell me what pick Alvin Kamara was?
Third rounder, pick 67.
So you can find a running back like that in the third round. I mean, there's running backs all around in college right now.
Yeah.
So
here's the deal, though, because Saquon Barkley is pretty much the face of the Giants now. Because it's not just a running back thing. I mean, if you walk through MetLife Stadium, you see all the 26 jerseys in blue and white and red. He's the face of the New York Giants. I think he's well respected in that locker room as a leader, too. He was named the captain of the team, so it's that in addition to, like, if it's as simple as just running back for running back, I agree with Eric. But the fact remains that the Giants, in the year where they just went 9-7-1, they finally changed the culture around. You want to kind of see that culture stay a little bit.
Yeah.
So they might have to just pay more than they typically would if this was just another guy like a guy that wasn't the leader of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to go to, I think the original offer was $12 million, $13 million for Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Keep him around, keep your leader around, $15 million, 4 years, why not? It might look bad at the final year or the 2 final years, but if you look at it, you keep your leader around, you keep the culture set. If you're keeping Daniel Jones, I think you got to keep Saquon Barkley, because that backfield, that offensive backfield, just made magic happen for you.
Yeah.
You want to see that continue to happen with Shane and Dable.
Yeah, and we talk about a lot, just one more contract that really isn't being talked about enough, for another free agent, rather. We talk about the lack of help, I guess, and how we need, Daniel Jones needs targets to throw to. Darius Slayton, he did emerge as one of the top targets for Daniel Jones this past season. He not as consistent, I think, as people would want him, but and there is reading an article right now, actually, New York talking about how they screwed up the free agency with Kenny Golladay and his contract. So we have to give Slayton a deal, Franz. One, would you bring him back? Answer me that first.
I personally would not bring back Darius Slayton. I think he's raised his stock enough for other teams to catch interest. Although, like every other catch, he does have a bit of butter on his gloves. I think he's a piece that could thrive on a championship team, or even he could take a team. I think he could take a team to a next level with a better offense they'll be able to get him the ball more. We didn't necessarily get him the ball a lot, but like a game like Minnesota where we did put up 88 yards. So with a better team around him, I think he can thrive and help the team a lot. So I would say find a way to trade him somewhere in return for, I don't know, maybe a couple later round draft picks. So
it'll be interesting to see. We do have another caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Might be Ross. Caller, you're on the air. Who are you? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, excuse me. My name's Dave. I'm out here in Nevada. It just came over. No, it just came up with the two coaches just got hired. D'Amico Ryans just got hired by Houston.
Yep.
Houston had to give up the second round, and Sean Payton did sign with Denver. The thing is, Denver is going to be receiving a first round, the number 30 this year, and they're going to be receiving also a second round pick in 2024.
Yeah, 30th pick?
Yeah, it's Miami's pick that went through Frisco, or was the other way around.
San Francisco, that's right. Damn.
Yeah.
Late pick. All right.
Yeah, and like I said, they with Sean Payton, they get a third rounder in 2024.
So it's the Saints send Sean Payton in a third round pick for a first round pick and a second round pick, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
you could have done better, I think.
We could have. That, and also I think the Saints ideally would have wanted to make the deal with Houston, but this situation had so many moving parts. You had to be Sean Payton wanted to go to the place wanted to trade first round pick to the Saints. It was just a lot going on. It wasn't just a straight coach hire. So ideally, I would have wanted the Texans 13 pick, but they probably didn't want to do that, and they saw D'Amico Ryans as a worthy option. That's why they decided to go with him, and Denver winds up getting Sean Payton. So. Yeah, 30th pick overall. I mean, it's better than what we had.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was excited earlier because I thought it was in like the middle of the first round, but first round pick, we didn't have one before. We have one now. You know what?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
And what would I just ask you? What would be your reaction if the referee at the Super Bowl was Ron Torber, the guy that did the KC?
Yo, there's two guys I don't want to see at the Super Bowl. It's Ron Torber and it's Bill Vinovich. I know where you live, Bill Vinovich. I don't want to see you at the Super Bowl. Before I want to rant the referees, like it's the biggest joke that Bill Vinovich, a year or two after he made his officiating crew made the worst call in NFL playoff history with the Saints, they gave him a Super Bowl the next year, just spitting in Saints fans' face everywhere. Like it's disgusting. You know what? He'll probably get a Super Bowl next year for officiating the second worst game in playoff history with the Bengals and the Chiefs. I bet you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, like I said, when you see Angel Hernandez behind the plate for Game 7, you know it's the end of the world.
Don't remind me.
It'll be the Mets.
No, don't. No.
The Mets will finally get there. Angel Hernandez will blow it.
Have a good one, Dave. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Please don't. The baseball season hasn't even started yet. I don't want to think about the Mets and breaking my heart potentially.
That Chiefs game was so rigged.
Oh man, I didn't see it.
Like that was the most. That might be the most rigged football game I've ever seen.
Well, the NFL they beasted with the script this year. They did. Look,
they did.
You got the Kelsey brothers. You got solidarity at the quarterback position. You have all that going on. You have the Eagles, Chiefs, Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni, part of that tree. They wrote a pretty good script this year. I can't front
storylines.
I know. I wanted to see the Bengals.
There was even a clip of Zach Taylor with 3 seconds left in the game. You literally see him mouth it. It's rigged.
Well, the roughing the passer call was crazy, and then
he knows too much.
The Mahomes thing, like we saw that same sideline call earlier in the season.
They tripped on feet.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just for some reason the refs they love gifting quarterbacks that call on the sideline when it's close. We saw it with Geno Smith when the Seahawks were trying to make it in the playoffs. Jalen Ramsey, when Geno Smith was already practically whole body out of bounds, gives him a little chest bump. Geno flails, falls down. They call the flag. Seahawks win the game. So it's too dramatic a call. It's 15-yard penalty. Harrison Butker ain't making that kick from 15 yards out. So you're literally, as a ref, you have to make the decision. Do I want to decide this game on this call?
Yeah.
That's a weak play to decide a game on.
There was a lot of weak calls.
It was.
A lot.
Speaking of AFC, well, I guess the AFC Championship game, we have the team set for Super Bowl 57. I'm sure you guys went over it a little bit yesterday, but NFC champs Philadelphia and the whole Empire State Building BS, which I don't even want to talk about. Facing off against the AFC champs in Kansas City. And like Josh just alluded to, seems like there's a million storylines behind this game, which probably adds more fuel to the fire that the league is rigged. But this being said, first off, go around the room. Who do we want to win this game? Who do we think will win it? Josh, we'll start with you.
Give me the Chiefs because I need to see more of Patrick Mahomes Sr. post-game. Said he was smoking on that Joe Burrow.
But the catch to that is we need to see less of his wife and brother.
Yeah, Brittany Mahomes is so chopped, yo.
Damn, I wasn't gonna go there.
Smoking.
She is.
Like, bro, what are you talking? Like, the guy's just trying to chill, enjoy a cigarette. Smoke. Like, I don't think she wants you yelling in his face, bro. Like, why?
She's so ugly.
That's it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. I was just gonna call her
I
annoying.
trust no woman with a side part. Let's be for real. Can never trust a woman with a side part.
Nah.
They evil. They children.
Damn,
start that.
they got a childish mentality.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
And her name Brittany too. Don't play.
Yeah, it's a lot of red flags with. But you know what? That's why Pat Mahomes has had success this year because we've seen less of them.
Yeah.
When Jackson Mahomes is doing the Corvette pregame, Patrick Mahomes is losing to Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Now they're out of sight. He's beating Joe Burrow.
Not just doing that pregame, doing it on Memorials pregame. Annoying people in the booth. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I never would have guessed seeing Pat Mahomes Sr. that he would have raised the Jackson Mahomes.
He was definitely adopted.
Someone messed up. Someone really messed up.
Some had to happen along the way. I don't know. Those are two vastly different people. Those are two vastly different grown men.
Has to be adopted.
I don't know.
Never mind.
I don't know. Pat Mahomes Sr. looked like he could fix your car in 5 minutes for $50.
and then he could use the car to run over Jackson. Perfect.
I mean, Jackson Mahomes looked like he could.
Nah, Braden letting that
steak on the grill. Like
Braden letting that inner hockey fan come out. He said ran over Jackson.
Run him over in the car. I'm serious. He's a terrible human being, and he's annoying.
Well, I think
Braden, you don't know him.
Braden, see
like,
now,
he's annoying. You can call him terrible.
I wasn't happy with him dancing on the Sean Taylor memorial thing. That was bad.
Dumb.
But I
wait, he did that?
Yeah,
he did.
That was the big thing last year.
Oh, France. Yeah. France is about to change course right here.
Wow. Nah, you know what? I'm a chill. I'm not even gonna do it.
He's a terrible person.
You bitch.
Jackson.
You stupid bitch.
Jackson. Two vastly different grown men, though. That's crazy.
Yes, most definitely. Well, so who do you want? I assume. Well, you want Kansas City. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, logic would tell you the Eagles. They have the better roster. They had 70 sacks. That's still insane. They're up to 78 in 19 games. That's I got to look into. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Or if we have seen it before, it's very few teams on that list. Eagles have Jalen Hurts. We saw against the best defense in the league, the 49ers, on Sunday, what the Eagles did with that read option. With Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, you have the receivers on the outside. The Eagles are better in the trenches. They might have the better weaponry, but
definitely
the Eagles are the better team, and that's why they're favored early, very early in the process here. But Chiefs have Pat Mahomes. Nobody else can say that.
Yeah,
Pat Mahomes is one of one. He's a generational talent. If you give him one game, if you give me any quarterback to win one game, and I know I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan, and I was a huge Josh Allen fan before this season, before this postseason, no, you have to give me Patrick Mahomes. If he's on the field for your team, I don't care if it's the Monstars and Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White and with Dan Marino quarterback. Pat Mahomes is on your team, you got a chance to win. You got a great chance to win.
Proven it. Taking the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game the last 5 years. They've been to the Super Bowl now 3 of the last 4.
They lost Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
we thought they were
going to get worse. They went 14-3 and they're back in the Super Bowl.
I got some other news to break.
Go ahead, Eric.
Reportedly, the Broncos actually wanted DeMeco Ryans and they spent all day trying to get him.
They settled for Sean Payton.
They settled for Sean.
Yeah, if you want to put it that way, I mean, yeah.
No, they did. Listen, I'm going to just say, as a Saints fan, I know Broncos fans are very happy they getting Sean Payton, but this man won a Super Bowl in 2009, had the greatest offense of all time in 2011, had a great team in 2018, so he brought the Saints back from like 3 straight 7-9 seasons in 2014, 15, 16, got them back in 2018, a bad call away from the Super Bowl. Since then, I mean, he was once considered the greatest play caller in the game. Since then, Kyle Shanahan's passed him up. It's a few other guys that would take over Sean Payton.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen because the game it evolutionizes like every few years or so.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start seeing different play calls, and Sean Payton's play calls is gonna get old at some point. So he comes out in the Broncos, and I'm telling you, don't expect this all-world play calling. And I mean, he got Russell Wilson. He got a quarterback that he could control. So.
And you want to talk about the Broncos going all in on Russell Wilson, trading all those picks?
Yeah.
Now they've traded 2 more to get Sean Payton. So we're officially at the point of, if this don't work out, and again, they're in the Chiefs division.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert and the Chargers. You just got a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore.
Seattle.
Nah, that is horrible because
hold up.
Because you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna, if they lose in the playoffs or if they don't make the playoffs again, right? This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna blame Stanley. They're gonna fire him, and they're gonna promote Kellen Moore as the head coach.
No, I don't like that. I don't like it.
They're gonna do that though.
As offensive coordinator.
Why do you think they picked him up so quick? It was only a day.
Joe Lombardi, the guy they had, wasn't that good. They can't be thinking about Kellen Moore as a head coach.
Yes, they are.
If they are, then
it's
I'm
Chargers.
Guys, the Carolina.
It's the Chargers.
The Panthers were thinking about it.
You're right about that, actually. The Chargers, and I argue with Zach, good old Zach, about this back in the day. Like, they're one of those franchises, they'll find a way to F it up.
Yep. We saw that this postseason.
Yeah. Always mid.
Yeah, Justin Herbert. Mid. It happens in my Madden franchises all the time. He's going to be a New England Patriot.
Yep.
No.
He's not going to be a Charger for life.
No.
No shot. He'll be out.
We done.
I could definitely see him leaving. Does he strike you as a Los Angeles guy to you?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't want to be with the Chargers. He wants to be a Ram.
He wants to be a Ram.
But they don't have anything. They don't have no money. They don't have anything
picks
to get him. So
that boy, he a California boy. You see the way he dresses?
Yeah.
Sandals.
Sandals.
You got the hair going too.
Yeah.
Nico,
he goes to Wyoming.
No.
I saw someone compare ankles.
So you're gathering the evidence up.
I'm trying my best.
Only Nico.
Someone's hanging out with Jeffree Star. I don't know who, but
Nico.
I got two top prospects: Josh Allen, Justin Herbert.
Nico each is on.
It's not Carl Nassib. Confirmed that one already.
Nico on the job, bro.
Nico, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Who do you think's gonna win?
I want the Eagles to obliterate the Kansas City Chiefs. Obliterate.
He's mad because they knocked out the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, I'm mad because they took out the Bengals.
No, stop.
No, that was the most rigged AFC
stop.
championship I've ever seen.
We all know who's going to win.
The Chiefs are going to win, but I want the Eagles to beat them down.
They're not.
And I don't see a beatdown. I think it'll be
That's
close.
What I want. You asked me what I want.
Franz,
tell me what I want.
Franz, who's going to win and who do you want to?
KC going to win. And I want KC to win.
Eric?
Shut your mouth, you jabroni. Give me Travis Kelce got some flavor. I ain't gonna lie. He got some flavor.
Oh, you saw his dating show?
No.
I haven't.
He had a dating show for like 2018 or something. Some really awkward stuff. He's a party animal, though.
You remember what he did? You remember what he did with his girlfriend?
No.
She was trying to like take his bag or something, and
yeah, he kicked it to the curb.
He's like, nah, you got in the lounge, shorty.
Nah, you know what? I hate to bring up race, but there's two guys that I get like Travis Kelce and Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki used to show up to the Mavs games with tinfoil plates.
It's a gold plate. When you see that's a gold plate, you already know what it is at home.
And he's still to this day.
Got a queen. Got a queen.
Patrick Mahomes needs to take notes.
He does. He does.
He needs to take notes.
He's a lost cause.
A lot of notes.
He already has a kid. It's over.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, he do got a kid.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's got like 2 kids now, I think.
And then even if he shakes the wife, he can't shake the annoying ass brother he's got, unfortunately.
You could always get rid of the brother. You could always get rid of the brother.
Are his kids boys?
I think one's a girl.
If he has a son,
oh no, it's gonna turn
another rocket on.
It's gonna turn into It's gonna turn into another Brittany. That's gonna be terrible. Unfortunately.
Patrick.
Eric, who do you want to win? Who do you think?
Patrick.
Kansas City. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City. Chiefs. You want me to go with the Eagles? Come on now.
I think Philadelphia will win, but I want Kansas City to win.
Minnesota had one job.
What was that?
To beat the Giants and go on to play. All they had to do was go on to play the 49ers in the second round. And we would go and play Philly. I think we beat Philly in Philly.
Unfortunately, I think Kirk Cousins is crapping his pants against that San Francisco defense.
But does he like that?
The idea is good, though, but we all know.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying they'll win, but I think the Cowboys have a better chance to make it to the NFC Championship against the Eagles than the 49ers.
No, you're right about that. Anytime you play a team 3 times in a season, anything can happen. The Cowboys played them good this year. I don't know. The Eagles, I root for Jalen Hurts because his story is great. Obviously, college, he got benched a couple times. In Oklahoma, he got drafted in the 2nd round. I root for him. They have some likable players, but there's too many agendas for me to go with the Eagles that clash for me. And also, the Empire State Building lighted the building up in their colors.
Yeah,
I can't have prosperity. No more Philly prosperity.
I'm convinced teams can pay the building to light it up.
That's weak.
Yeah,
I'm convinced they can.
I have to love how they tried to cover up though by then using Chiefs colors when the Chiefs. So I'm like, nah, bro, just stop trying.
Sorry, they do it for the Islanders.
Yeah.
Even though Empire State Building's in the city.
Well, they do it for everyone. Apparently, they're doing it for teams in Philly now.
That's weird.
And Kansas.
They did it for the Lakers when they won the NBA championship. So
who knows anymore?
In the wise words of Michael Irvin, we've lost all the recipes. There's no pride anymore. There's no originality. It's just, we have to support the Super Bowl teams. We have to do this for that. If this is New York, that's Philly. That makes no sense. No sense.
Such a shame.
Real.
But Nico.
Disgusting.
Yes. Nico just mentioned the Islanders, and let's wrap up with some hockey. So the Islanders made a trade. Bo Horvat is a New York Islander. Vancouver gets back Anthony Beauvillier, the very inconsistent Anthony Beauvillier, prospect Atu Ratu, and a first-round pick, which is top 12 protected in this year's draft. If the Islanders were to fall to the bottom 12 of this year's draft, if they don't make the playoffs, the first-round pick would become a 2024 first-round pick. Lou Lamoriello is making a move that, at least in my opinion, I believe is not desperate, but it's like he knows that if he doesn't make this move and the Islanders miss the playoffs, he might be done anyway. But if they miss the playoffs, he's definitely done. So, Nico, this being said, you think the Islanders have a chance to make the playoffs after this trade? That was very quick.
This is the most stupidest trade I think I've ever heard.
For which team?
For the Islanders.
You can make an argument for both, probably.
No, this is a great trade for Vancouver. You get Beauvillier, he can help you out in your top 9.
Yeah.
Atu Ratu, who was supposed to be a first-round pick
Atu Ratu.
2 years ago, a year ago. He's playing amazing. And you got a first-round pick from the Islanders? Man.
Yeah.
They got fleeced. The Islanders got fleeced. Vancouver selling all their pieces.
I don't know.
We knew this.
Well, that JT Miller contract looks really nice right about now, doesn't it? Remember when we were going to get him back?
I never wanted him back.
Well, there was talks of it.
Never wanted him
Hold
back.
on.
What?
What's all this crying y'all be doing about the Rangers in their 27-14?
Well,
What? No.
I was going to say
Who's
that.
y'all? Who's y'all?
All right, Braden,
What's going on, my boy?
I had a higher expectation. I hold my teams to a high echelon. Maybe the Rangers a little bit too high, but the Rangers they're pretty good. 27-14,
They're making the
8.
playoffs.
62 points. I don't want to be worse than New Jersey, Nico.
Who cares? We're making the playoffs.
better get
It's a
on that ice
crapshoot
yourself.
once you get to the playoffs.
That's very true. So safe to say, Rangers.
I'm chill on the Knicks, and they're 3 games over 500, and the Nets whoop their ass every time they play. You're mad at the 27-14-8 Rangers.
You're trolling
because you want the New Jersey. You want them to be better than the Devils.
Well,
We'll end up being better than the Devils. I don't think.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
well, Bettman is salivating at a chance for those two teams to play in the first
needs
round.
to like grow like 8 inches and become a man.
He needs
Jesus.
to grow some hair also. What is that thing?
Didn't they beat Boston this year too?
Who?
The Rangers.
No.
No, we have not beat Boston this year.
But I'm kind of pissed off at the Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Well, we'll get.
How are you not gonna wear Pride
I
jerseys
know,
on Pride
I know.
Night
We'll
when you
get into
promised all your fans that you were gonna do that?
I would let you rant.
You're silencing a whole part of your fan base.
I would
It's not
let
what you want.
let you
It's
rant.
not.
I would let you rant, but we're out of time, unfortunately. From Joshua Mahi, Nico
silencing
Each, Franz
me.
Compare, and Eric Williams, I'm your host, Braden Danielo. We'd like to thank you for listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.